Far from New York City, way out on the trail, there are rumors of a brave Sir Galahad. They sound so unbelievable, these celebrated tales, the legend of the fabled Bronco Brad. Now nothing known can scare him, no such thing as fear, like a demigod in some Olympiad. Even flying Keelbasses run a mile when he is near. He will eat them for his dinner, Bronco Brad. So come hither, little children, come hither, weak and small. The story that I tell will make you glad. Every problem you encounter, every devious curveball, ain't nothing when compared to Bronco Brad.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Well, howdy, boys and girls, and welcome to the Bronco Brad Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. I'm your little pal, Bronco Brad, along with my faithful Coyote, Natty Pine. Say hello, Natty Pine. Yes, we are dang darn pleased to have all you nice boys and girls here with us. We're going to have a dang darn good time, aren't we, Natty Pine? Yes, indeed. Well, let me put Natty Pine down in the stall here. Let's get started with the show. Now, boys and girls, this is a professional show, so the nice man behind the camera asked me to put on my little microphone. Yes, indeed. Let me just clip that on here. Don't mind it here. There we go. And now let's get started with the show. Are you ready? Sure. Well, grab up your Bronco Brad wooden clackers, and we can clack along to our Bronco Brad opening theme song. Well, I get up when the morning breaks, chow down on my corny flakes, chasing doggies across the prairie, some parts safe and others scary. My legs are never gimpy, nobody calls me wimpy, as I go riding down the trail, galloping along, I sing this cowboy song. Snacking on non-gluten crackers, play my tune on wooden clackers, galloping along, cow dust all up my nose. Let's jump off this path and in a bath and wash our smelly clothes. All right, well, let's just cool down those wooden clackers, boys and girls, and get started with the show. Well, now, you know, of course, I always love doing the Bronco Brad Dang Tootin' Good Time show with my little buddy when we do our Science Corner. And, of course, we do the Science Corner with my buddy Wally, the happy talking Neutrino. Hiya, Wally. Hi, everybody. Hi, Bronco Brad. Oh, I'm so excited to be in Utica. Yes, indeed. Can we get some Utica beer afterwards, Bronco Brad? Well, I'm not sure about that, little buddy, but we'll see afterwards. Say, little buddy, what's our science tip for today?
Well, boys and girls, if you're ever walking down the sidewalk and you find a free radical electron, never put it in your mouth, and always let a responsible adult know, like your mom or dad or a local elected official.
That's dang darn good advice there, Wally. So, Wally, we'll come back and we'll do more of the science stuff later on in the show, okay?
Okay, bye-bye.
Hey, that little Wally, he sure is a nice little buddy, ain't he? Yes, indeed, he sure is. Well, now let's get started with a new song here that I wrote for all you nice boys and girls. You know, it's been a while since we all been cooped up in the pandemic, haven't we? It sure dang darn has. And you know, I've been cooped up so much that I just feel like I'm gonna spontaneously combust. Don't you? Oh, sure. That's why I wrote this little song here. Here we go. Well, I'm feeling like a monkey swinging from the trees. Gonna go honky-tonk until I'm crawling on my knees. I'll grab a swinging partner and shake off all the rust. I'm gonna honky-tonk until my brain combusts. I'm gonna honky-tonk until my brain explodes. I'm gonna get some ice cream and make pie a la modes. I'm gonna Have a doctor check out my lymph nodes, then I'll go honky-tonkin' until my brain explodes. Yes, yes, wasn't that a nice song? Yes, yes, it sure was. Well, let me just cool down my fake wooden guitar here. And now, boys and girls, I want to make sure I take a moment to mention our sponsor for this segment. Our sponsor for this particular 8 minutes is Ted's All-Vegan Creamed Corn. Yes, yes, my friend Ted carefully inspects and selects every dang darn kernel of corn and mashes it up with his bare hands till it's nice and creamy. Stop by your supermarket and look for it by name. Ted's All-Vegan Creamed Corn. It sure is dang darn good. You're going to love it, I guarantee it. Yes, yes. Well, you know, boys and girls, when I'm outside roaming around with the doggies, looking at the outside and the sky, there's a little friend of mine that floats way up high overhead that I just love to look at and like to sing about too. He's a little buddy from the land of Poland. Yes, his name is Tommy, and he's a little Polish satellite. Here's a little song I wrote just for him. Well, there's a friend of ours flying high overhead, tippy-yi-yi-yi, kielbasa. Tommy the satellite from the land of Poland, tippy-yi-yi-yi, kapusta. Each night we rest under bright prairie skies. Get along, you little doggies. Tommy is winking and blinking on high, tippy-yi-yi-yi, pierogies. Oh, he flies through the sky every night. Tommy, the sweet Polish satellite, he sends a message as bright as can be. Hello, little Kishkas, it's me. Yes, that's the song of Tommy, the Polish satellite. Yes, indeed. All right. Well, now, boys and girls, we'll come to the moment we have our art corner. Yes, you know, I know some of you boys and girls have wrote in and said you just love kielbasas and you love helicopters. And you write in and say, hey, Bronco Brad, do you think you can show us how to draw a flying kielbasa? Why, sure, I'd be glad to. Now, grab your magic marker or your pen and paper, and this is how you do it. Now, first of all, we got to draw the kielbasa itself. So take your red pen, and you're going to make a big old kielbasa like this. Yes, like that. Yeah, almost like a little smiley face, and then just put a little circle around it, and there's your kielbasa. Now, kielbasas are normally tied up with a string, so put a little string there. Yes, yes, just like that. Yep, indeed. Now, this is a flying kielbasa, so of course, we got to put a big old propeller on it. So, draw your big old propeller shaft right in the middle like that. You got that? Good. Now, draw a big old propeller on that. There you go. And there's the flying kielbasa. Now, you got to have someone steer it, right? Maybe you'd like to steer it. So make sure you draw a cockpit and then put yourself in it. There you are, my friends Jimmy and Randy and Mary and Eunice. There you are, you're flying your kielbasa. Now remember, when you're done flying your kielbasa, you got to land somewhere. So make sure you draw some big old wheels there. Yes, some big wheels on your flying kielbasa. And there you go. Now you can put that on your refrigerator and show it to your mom and dad. Okay. Well, that about ends our segment for today here. You know, now talking about kielbasa, sometimes there's some mean kielbasas out there though, you know, boys and girls. Yes, yes. Especially one that out in the Wild West you don't want to run to. Yes, indeed, it's the one-eyed sausage cowboy. Oh, he's mean, he's ornery. You don't want to mess with him for sure. Here's the song about that cowboy. Well, listen up. A long, long time ago, riding out on the plains, lived the one-eyed sausage cowboy, full of meat byproducts and grains. His cold, steely eye could kill you with a glance. He'd fire his 6-gun at your feet and make you do a polka dance. Oh, the one-eyed Kishka cowboy could shoot your insides out. He'd plug you and he'd plant you and cover you up with sauerkraut. Yes, his heart was as cold as ice, but his hands were hot to kill. He couldn't be meaner than shoot another wiener, then throw him on the grill. Oh, the one-eyed Kishka cowboy could shoot your insides out. He'd plug you and he'd plant you and cover you up with sauerkraut. Well, wasn't that fun, boys and girls? Yes, yes. Well, we'll be right back right after this important commercial.
This portion of the Bronco Brad Show is brought to you by Ted's Candied Broccoli and Spinach. Are your young'uns refusing to eat their vegetables? Try Ted's Candied Broccoli and Spinach. Ted has been preserving and making his family recipe for over 72 years. Ted carefully inspects and selects every piece of succulent broccoli and tender spinach to make his special box of candy veggies. And as Bronco Brad himself would say, it is so dang darn good. And comes in 3 special flavors: chocolate, cinnamon, and chicken. Yes, indeedy, Ted's Candied Broccoli and Spinach. And now, back to Bronco Brad.
Well, howdy, boys and girls, and welcome back to the second segment of the Darn Tootin' Good Time Show. You know, I had a dang tootin' good time here in the last segment, and I'm going to have one here too. Yes, indeed. You know, now, boys and girls, before we get started, I want to make sure I let you know about our sponsor for this segment. Our sponsor for this segment here is Ted's Candied Broccoli and Spinach. You know, moms and dads, if your kids aren't eating the kind of vegetables they should today, maybe it's time to think about Ted's Candied Broccoli and Spinach. It is sure dang darn good. Your kids are going to love it. Comes in 3 special flavors: pineapple, papaya, and cinnamon raisin. Yes, yes, your kids will be gobbling up that broccoli and spinach in no time. Look for it on your grocery shelf, Ted's Candied Broccoli and Spinach. It is so dang darn good. Well, you know, boys and girls, it's time now for our contest, and I'd love to do the contest with you. If you can guess this, and be sure to write into the Bronco Brad Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. Our contest tonight is Guess the Leftover. Yes, yes. I just pulled it out of my freezer, and I'll be dang darned if I even know what it is. It's kind of squishy and kind of blue. You boys and girls think you can guess, write in and you can guess the leftover. Yes, indeed. Well, now, it's time for our Science Corner. And, of course, I love to do the Science Corner again with my little buddy, Wally, the happy talking Neutrino. Welcome back, Wally. Hi, Bronco Brad. Glad to be back. Yes, indeed. Say, Wally, how are you feeling?
Well, Bronco Brad, I'm a little sad because there are still a few people out there that don't believe in science.
Well, that's dang darn too bad, Wally.
It sure is, Bronco Brad. That's why I wrote this little song for them.
Go ahead, little buddy.
I believe in science like gravity and things. I know planets and bathtubs both have a lot of rings. There's fun stuff to know, like what's inside your gut. Those who don't believe in science need a swift kick in the butt.
Well, that's a dang darn good song there, little buddy. Well, we got to do the rest of our show, so we'll talk to you later.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Well, now, boys and girls, it's time now for our Math Nook. You know, a couple of you kids have written in and said, "Hey, Bronco Brad, I'm having a dang darn hard time trying to memorize the square root of pi. How can you help?" Well, I'll be glad to. Here it is for all you boys and girls. You know, when you do a square root of pi, it's a dang darn long number that just keeps going and going. It's so hard to memorize, ain't it? Yes, yes. That's why I wrote a special song to help you memorize all those dang darn long numbers. Let me put the sign down here, pick up my wooden guitar, and help you along with the square root of pi song. Well, 1 is the loneliest number, sung by 3 Dog Night, I think. And 7 is for Seagram 7, which is a drink that you kids shouldn't think. And the other 7 is for the 7th seal, directed by Igmar Bergman. And 2 is the number of beers you can have in a polite social occasion. And 4 is the number of fingers you'd have if one gets crushed by a horse. And 5 is the number of Beatles, if you include Pete Best, of course. Yeah, sometimes people say Brian Epstein is the 5th Beatle, but I'll leave that up to you. Okay, well, now, I got one more song here before we go to our next commercial. You know, boys and girls, after a long day of being Bronco Brad, I like to hang out at bars. Not to start drinking heavily and start fights, although I do enjoy that too. No, sir. Rather, instead I like to visit my friend at the bar. His name is David. Now, Davy is not an ordinary friend, no, sir. Davy is a pickled egg, and he sits inside a big old pickled egg jar on top of the bar. I always like to bring my wooden clackers, and you can take your Bronco Brad wooden clackers, you can clack along as we sing about Davy, the pickled egg. Well, I'm friends with mashed potatoes with lots of chicken gravy, but the bestest friend that I ever had was a pickled egg named Davy. Davy, the pickled egg, was a friend of mine. He liked to sit on top the bar and swim in pickled brine. Yes, well, Davy gave me comic books and piles of wet dirt. He'd always kiss my boo-boo whenever I got hurt. Davy, the pickled egg, was a friend of mine. He liked to sit on top the bar and swim in pickled brine. Yes, indeed. Now, Davy taught me Swedish when I was 3 or 4. Whenever I was bad, he'd throw me out the door. Davy, the pickled egg, was a friend of mine. He liked to sit on top the bar and swim in pickled brine. Yes, that's a song of Davy the Pickled Egg. Well, boys and girls, that ends this segment here. We'll be right back after this important commercial message.
This portion of the Bronco Brad Show is brought to you by Ted's All-Sugar Sugar Bomb Sugar Peas Cereal. Are your little cowpokes bored with breakfast? Does their regular cereal taste like dried sawdust and make them break out in hives? Then do what Bronco Brad himself has done and give Ted's All-Sugar Sugar Bomb Sugar Peas Cereal a whirl. Bronco Brad's friend, Ted, just loves cereal and loves small children who get all wired up. So he invented a great cereal with plenty of sugar to rev up their little metabolic motors. Just one bowlful will fuel their jets and get them screaming around the living room floor at 6 in the morning, getting mom and dad woken up real fast. Ted's All-Sugar Sugar Bomb Sugar Peas Breakfast Cereal. Bounce one in your grocery cart and get your kids bouncing off the walls. And now, back to Bronco Brad.
Well, howdy, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Bronco Brad Dang Tootin' Good Time Show. Yes, indeed. Hey, well, now it's time for a final visit with my good buddy Wally, the happy talking Neutrino. Hi, Wally.
I'm so glad to be back again, Bronco Brad.
Yes, I'm glad to have you back. Hey, Wally, what's our secret message for the boys and girls today?
Well, boys and girls, listen carefully, write down the secret message, and then write in if you get it, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
Did you get all that, boys and girls?
Well, I hope sure they did. Well, they got to be fast riders for that, won't they, Wally?
You better believe it, Bronco Brad.
Yes, indeed. Hey, Wally, one more thing before we go. I got a science question for you.
Okay.
Say, Wally, what is exactly a nuclear meltdown?
A nuclear meltdown?
Sure.
Oh, I can show you.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Why am I not a star of the show? What's going on here? Why is Bronco Brad get all the publicity and I don't? Ah!
Oh, that sure is a dang darn nuclear meltdown, ain't it?
It sure was, Bronco Brad.
Okay, we'll see you later, little buddy.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Yeah, you never know what I was going to come up with. Yeah. Well, yes, indeed. Now, boys and girls, it's time now for another song here. Oh, before we do, though, I want to make sure I mention our sponsor for this segment. Our sponsor here is Ted's Frozen Asparagus on a Stick. Yes. You know, summertime rolls around, you're looking for something really yummy but nutritious. Well, why just get some empty calorie ice cream or popsicle when you can get a fresh green Ted's frozen asparagus on a stick? That's right, no fork or knife needed. Stop by your frozen section of your local supermarket. Look for it by name. Ted's frozen asparagus on a stick. You're going to love it, I guarantee it. Yes. Well, now, let's see here. Before I do a song here, I want to make sure I do something else for you, boys and girls. That's right, we got our contest here for this segment. It's our crazy word scramble. It's our instant contest, so you can shout it out. All right, are you ready? Now, to help you out, to give you a clue, this is the name of the ancient Egyptian sun god. Ooh, can you figure it out, boys and girls? What could that be? Ooh, come on, think about it real hard. Ancient Egyptian sun god. What's that? Did some of you say Ra? Hey, that's right, you got that right. Well, ain't that something? Yes, yes. Well, now it's time for our last song for this segment here. Another made-up tale of the Old West. This one here is about a feller I used to know way back called the Velcro Kid. Listen up. Well, let's see here. There once was an old cowhand named Toby Maru who wanted to learn to tie his own shoe, but no one could show him just what to do. So he became the Velcro Kid. He rode into town in his boots and chaps, his 6 guns held tight by Velcro straps. His 10-gallon hat was full of snacks with an apple juice box that his mommy had packed. Yes, he could tell each time another man lied when they said, "Hey, look, your shoelace is untied." And he'd shoot them in the foot, and they were mighty glad he did. It was an honor to be hobbled by the Velcro Kid. He rode into town in his boots and chaps, his 6 guns held tight with Velcro straps. His 10-gallon hat was full of snacks with an apple juice box that his mommy had packed. Yes, I hope you like that. Well, that's the end of our Bronco Brad dang tootin' good time show. I sure hope you had a dang darn good time. I sure did too. For Wally and the rest of my friends, we'll all say good night. Till next time, boys and girls. Well, we've hung up our saddles and laid down our tools. The night stars are out burning their nuclear fuels. It's time to change the cat box and go wash our hair. So good night, you cowpokes out there. Good night, cowpokes.
Now if you feel neglected like some cog within a wheel, like the remnants of a dream you never had, just believe in miracles. One day they will be real, 'cause our world needs far more men like Bronco Brad. So come hither, little children, from the cities and the farms, from Waco, Texas to Islamabad. His stories will amaze you, every song and every yarn. You will laugh until you cry with Bronco Brad. The singing, dancing cowboy Bronco Brad.